Summer is the time for local fairs and celebrations. The weather is warm and bright, and folks are eager to gather for live entertainment and great food. Another thing those events are good for is respecting and taking part in time-honored traditions.
Take, for instance, a 5-foot frying pan that made its first appearance in 1951 at the Delmarva Chicken Festival. That pan and what's being cooked in it is just one thing you'll find at the upcoming Wicomico County Fair. And Zach Evans is the Wicomico County Fair coordinator, and he joins us here in Historic Studio D. And you did not come alone or empty-handed.
I never do. It's fair season.
Right.
And if we're going to talk about time-honored traditions, then we can't overlook the livestock showmen and all the hard work they do with the animals. So these babies will not necessarily be featured in this year's livestock show, but they're in training. And so you are some of the first folks to meet, as well as your viewers at home are going to be the first folks to meet Miss Boots. This is Hazel's Boots.
Oh my goodness.
She's a 2-week-old Nigerian dwarf. And then we have some of our 2-day-old recently hatched baby call ducks.
Okay, we have them in a bowl. I know. We were trying to make it so that you could see them, and that he wants, because he's afraid they're going to get out. We wanted to make sure that you could see them, and they couldn't get out at the same time. But they're only 2 days old.
They're only 2 days old, and we've been reassured that they're flock animals. So if one gets out, they'll wait back for their friends. We just got to put the bowl down and let them come right back.
Okay.
But I think we're safe. So yeah, these are fresh babies this summer. But you know, I always love to bring some of our livestock with us, and these animals are actually animals that would be featured in our petting zoo and our duck races in the future. So our duck races are a fun fundraiser that the livestock showman and our livestock chairman came up with a few years ago. Online, it kind of became popular to use a virtual or a digital duck race to settle disputes, right?
Okay.
And so we can do that now live in person. You make a donation, you select your champion or your racer, and then you go over to the duck races and you see how they fare against the other ducks.
Wow.
So those 4 ducks right there next summer will be ready for you, Steve, when you want to come to the fair, and you can select your champion. Maybe you've got your eye on a winner already.
I think it's this one right here.
That guy?
This guy right here.
Oh,
I'm going to take one
You're braver than me.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Look at that. Isn't he?
They're
Okay,
so tiny.
so let's talk a little bit about the fair and its history. How did it all get started?
So next year will be our 90th anniversary. So, you know, county fairs, I think, are synonymous with rural communities and agricultural communities. It's a way to celebrate your harvest. It's a way to celebrate your crop. But it's also a way to celebrate a rural lifestyle and an agricultural lifestyle. And what's so exciting about the Wicomico County Fair is over the last 90 years, you talk about some of those time-honored traditions. We've also incorporated new programming. And so it's become a very inclusive event. Everyone from the community has an opportunity to participate. So whether you want to participate in showing livestock or growing vegetables, fruits, and fresh-cut flowers, there's an opportunity to do that. But there's also a great opportunity for more artisan and craft and photography, baked goods, competitive eating. There's a lot of ways that you can come out and enjoy yourself throughout the weekend.
And obviously livestock, a huge part.
Livestock is a huge part. It's my favorite part of the fair. Self-admittedly, this is my favorite time to prepare for the fair. Getting ready to come in and see the folks here in the studio and picking our animals to come is something I look forward to. But our livestock showmen, we have more entries in our small animals division than we've ever had before. And we have more entries for the competitive arts and crafts and fruits and vegetables than we ever have before. Okay. And that's up in terms of number of entries and competitors. So that means we're attracting new people to come out to the fair even after 90 years.
Well, okay, so you mentioned contest. You mentioned what, a duck race and eating contests. Are there other contests you can participate in?
There are. So the duck races are something that's featured in our livestock area, and those will be running throughout the course of the weekend. Again, it's a great way to raise funds to support the livestock showmen. All of that money goes back to the kids in the program. Some other competitive competitions, right? If you're looking for something to do throughout the weekend, I would encourage you to come on Saturday. So Saturday is going to be when you can get into watermelon eating, the watermelon seed spitting contest. We'll have the Mardell Watermelon Queen there to host those events. We also have a pie eating contest, and then we have a hot wing challenge. It's an eating contest, but I call it a challenge because anybody who steps up is already a winner in my mind.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, let's go over the details for the Wicomico County Fair. When does it start?
So things kick off Friday at 4 p.m. We have to cut the ribbon early on Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock so that we can get right into our Maryland High School Rodeo and our livestock show. We'll have bands and local entertainment all throughout the evening on Friday. And then we wrap up that first evening with a fireworks show. And so stick around, just hang with us till dusk on Friday. You'll see one of the best fireworks shows on Delmarva, presented by Purdue Farms. Saturday, we kick things off at 10 a.m., and we have a full day of programming that goes through 9 p.m. So the Maryland High School Rodeo runs all day. We've got livestock showmen that are competing all day. And then all of those competitive eating contests and all those fun competitions we talked about will happen Saturday. And Sunday is sort of a short day because we recognize that Sundays are busy with faith and fellowship and family. And so we run from 12 to 6 on Sunday. You can come out. There will be brand new exhibitors that are only set up on Sunday, including the park rangers from Assateague. They come with their Scales and Tails program. They bring out some wildlife. In addition to all the livestock, we also have Scales and Tails, the Salisbury Zoo, the Phillips Wharf Fishmobile, just trying to highlight some of the wildlife that you'll see on Delmarva. So we really do try to focus on all things that we celebrate here on the Lower Eastern Shore.
And we'll have all that information on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. Click on what's happening today. Zach, Hazel, and my 4 new little buddies, thank you so much
Thanks
for coming in
us.
today.
We look forward to seeing you this weekend.